Hey everyone, I'm Revealing Too Much and I'm back with one of many Midnight Suns videos on my channel, and what I wanted to talk about for this one is, in Marvel's Midnight Suns, do you get to feel like a superhero? The reason that I think this is an important question to ask is I think that a big part of superhero video games, and honestly maybe if you extend that further, superhero movies, superhero comics, anything with a superhero in the story, a big part of that is the fantasy of power that is in the player, or if we're talking about comics or movies, the reader, the watcher, that sort of thing. And I think that the power fantasy is an important aspect of games because I think that's one thing that people are looking for. When you play a game as a superhero, you want to feel like a hero. So my question is, when you're playing Midnight Suns, do you feel like a superhero? I think that question would probably be a lot easier to answer if we were talking about an action game where you are in direct control of a hero at every moment. It's a little bit more tricky to answer when we're talking about a strategy game like Marvel's Midnight Suns. For a lot of people, that power fantasy includes having direct and total control of the hero at all times. So if you press left, the character goes left. If you press right, the character goes right. If you attack, the character attacks just like that. Midnight Suns is different. It functions different, it plays different. The time that you are in direct control of a hero, like I'm talking about, where if you press a direction, that's exactly where the hero goes, is when you're not on the battlefield. It's when you're walking around the Abbey, talking to other heroes, interacting, leveling up friendship, doing the RPG elements. When you're on the battlefield, you're actually more in control of about 3 heroes, and it's not the same direct control where left takes you left, right takes you right. You're more in control of the camera, of the battlefield, of the whole scenario. That's just a function of turn-based games like this. So the question then is, while I'm in this combat, do I feel like the superheroes that I have taken on this mission? And I think it's a complicated one to answer because I think it's going to be different for every person. I think for some people who only want to play action games, that maybe they're not going to feel like the hero they want to be in this game. It actually reminds me a little bit of Guardians of the Galaxy, where you actually did have direct control of Star-Lord, but the other Guardians were following your commands rather than directly under your control. I think a lot of people with that game wanted to be able to choose which of the Guardians they were playing as and directly control that Guardian. That's not the game we got with Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's not really the game we got with Midnight Suns either. All of that being said, there have been plenty of moments in Midnight Suns where the combat made me feel like a hero. This might just be a me thing, and admittedly the combat in this game really connects with me in a way that I wasn't sure if it would. But I feel like the superheroes that I take on missions when I'm playing this game. Part of that is the graphics, the animations, all of the moves that you can do look cool. Part of that is you get the option to use your abilities often. And part of it is just honestly that I really, really like these heroes, and I like going on missions with them, and I like having control of the battlefield and being able to play as 3 heroes at once and not have to pick just one hero at a time. I think the way that they have set this game up, where you have multiple heroes out on a mission at once with a whole host of abilities, with cool animations, with cool graphics, and honestly the heroes are talking to each other, they're moving around the battlefield. I think everything they've done with this game, with the combat in particular, makes you feel like a superhero. Now, you might be seeing this footage that I'm showing you and saying, well, that doesn't make me feel like a superhero, and that's okay. Maybe the combat is not right for you. I am more than open to the idea that it might not be, but for me, even with my doubts that I would enjoy the combat in this game, there have been so many times that playing the right combination of cards in the right order with the right movement and having the right heroes on the battlefield, I felt like a superhero. And honestly, that's exactly what I want out of a game like this. I'll have plenty of more Midnight Suns content on my YouTube channel and over on Twitch, so make sure you stick around. I'd love to see you next time. Thank you for watching.